Adolf Hitler. Appeal to the German Volk. September 3, 1939. For centuries, England has pursued the goal of rendering the peoples of Europe defenseless against the British idea of world conquest by proclaiming a balance of power. This accords England the right, on the most threadbare of pretexts, to attack and destroy whichever European state appears to be the most threatening. Once this was true of the Spanish Empire, then of the Dutch, then of the French, and ever since 1871, this has been true of the German Reich. We ourselves have borne witness to the policy of encirclement which Great Britain has sought to implement against Germany since before the war. The moment the German Reich, under National Socialist leadership, began to recover from the dreadful consequences of the Diktat of Versailles and threatened to overcome the crisis, the British policy of encirclement immediately set in once more. The British warmongers known to us from the days of the World War do not want the German Volk to live. Before the World War, they lied to us, claiming their struggle was directed only against the House of Hohenzollern or against German militarism. They declared they had no designs on German colonies. They were not even as much as thinking about taking our merchant marine. Then, they forced the German Volk beneath the yoke of the Treaty of Versailles. Sooner or later, the obliging compliance with this new diktat would have meant the eradication of 20 million Germans. I then undertook to mobilize the resistance of the German nation against this, and in a unique, peaceful effort to secure bread and labor for the German Volk. To the extent that a peaceful revision of the outrage of the Diktat of Versailles appeared to proceed successfully, and the German Volk once more began to live, a new policy of encirclement by England set in. The warmongers of 1914 made their appearance again. Time and time again, I offered England and the English people an understanding and the friendship of the German Volk. My entire policy was built on this idea of an understanding. I was rejected time and time again. Instead, there was an ongoing search for ever new hypocritical pretexts for limiting the German Lebensraum, even in areas where we never threatened British interests. Ever new attempts were made to render our lives more difficult and to cut us off. It was England which urged on Poland the stance that rendered a peaceful understanding impossible. Its declaration of a guarantee opened for the Polish government the prospects of provoking Germany without running into any danger, and even of being allowed to attack Germany. The British government has been mistaken on one account, however. The Germany of 1939 is not the Germany of 1914, and the name of its present chancellor is not Bethmann Hollweg. Moreover, in my speeches at Saarbrücken and at Wilhelmshaven, I declared that we shall defend ourselves in view of this British policy of encirclement. I left no doubt that despite patience and endurance, the Polish attacks against the Germans, as well as against the free city of Danzig, had to come to an end. Strengthened by the British guarantee and the assurances of British warmongers, Poland believed it could simply disregard these warnings. For 2 days now, the German Wehrmacht has been fighting in the east to restore security to Reich territory. Our soldiers are breaking the Polish resistance. May England realize, today's German Reich unites 90 million human beings, and they are determined not to allow themselves to be strangled by England. Unlike England, they have not waged war to conquer 40 million square kilometers of this earth. Yet they do have the will to live on the earth belonging to them, and they will not let England take this life from them. We know that the English people in their entirety cannot be held responsible for all this. Rather, it is the aforesaid Jewish plutocratic and democratic upper class who would like to conceive of the rest of the world as obedient slaves, who hate our new Reich because it sees it as a pioneer of social work, which it fears might infect their countries as well. We shall now take up this struggle against this new attempt to destroy Germany. We shall lead it with National Socialist determination. The British money and power politicians shall find out what it means to wage war against National Socialist Germany without any cause whatsoever. For months, I have known that the goal pursued by these warmongers was a long-term one. The determination to attack Germany at an opportune occasion was arrived at long ago. My decision, however, to lead this war and to strike back at them is marked by even greater determination. Germany will not capitulate ever again. Peace, under the conditions of a second Diktat of Versailles, or worse, has no meaning. We have never been a Volk of slaves, and we shall never be one in the future either. And the sacrifices so many Germans have made in the past shall be no greater than those which we are determined to take upon ourselves today. This decision is a relentless one. This decision is an inexorable one, and this forces us to take decisive measures. Above all, to take one. No one shall make a profit in this war while our soldiers are fighting at the front. No one shall try to escape fulfillment of his duties while our soldiers are fighting at the front. Whoever attempts to resist these measures cannot expect the Volksgemeinschaft to show consideration to him. Beyond this, we all know, as long as the German Volk has stood united in its history, it has never yet been vanquished. Only the descent of the year 1918 led to collapse. Thus, whoever now believes he can sin against this unity cannot expect anything other than his destruction as an enemy of the nation. If our Volk fulfills its highest duty in this respect, then the Lord Almighty will stand by. He has always bestowed his blessings on him who is determined to help himself. The laws necessary for the defense and security of the Reich are being decreed, and the men responsible for their implementation and compliance with them are being appointed. I myself go to the front on this day. Adolf Hitler. Thank you for watching till the end, and if you could like and subscribe to our channel, that would help us